The first time the FBI called me, they asked if I still considered Ethan Brooks my husband. Not where he was, not whether I had spoken to him. Just one question. Mrs. Brooks, are you still legally married? I looked through the glass wall of my veterinary clinic. A golden retriever was wagging its tail in the waiting room. A little girl was hugging her rabbit. It felt like the safest place in the world. Then I answered, yes. The agent stayed quiet for a second. I suggest you leave your office immediately. My name is Dr. Emily Brooks. I'm 37 years old, and until that phone call, I believed my husband spent his life rescuing endangered wildlife. The truth. He had spent 4 years building one of the largest illegal exotic animal trafficking networks in North America, and somehow, every piece of paperwork pointed to me. I grew up in Asheville, North Carolina. Animals were my entire world. While other kids wanted dolls or bicycles, I wanted injured birds, lost kittens, anything that needed help. By 32, I owned one of the busiest veterinary hospitals in Western North Carolina. We weren't famous, we weren't rich, but people trusted us. That meant everything to me. I met Ethan during a wildlife conservation fundraiser. He spoke beautifully. He knew scientific names. He talked about protecting endangered species. Everyone admired him, including me. He volunteered at animal rescues, donated money, spent weekends transporting injured wildlife between rehabilitation centers. He seemed like the kindest man I'd ever met. We married 18 months later. Looking back, there were little things I ignored. He traveled constantly, never explained exactly where. His phone was always face down. He had 3 laptops. One of them I was never allowed to touch. Whenever I asked, he smiled. Government conservation contracts. I believed him because I trusted him. Then, about 6 months ago, luxury SUVs started visiting my clinic after closing. Men in expensive suits. They never brought pets. They always wanted Ethan. They stayed only a few minutes, then disappeared. Whenever I asked who they were, Ethan laughed. Private donors. I accepted that answer until one Thursday morning. A police SUV stopped outside my clinic, then another, then 3 black federal vehicles. My receptionist looked terrified. 2 agents walked inside. Everyone in the waiting room became silent. One agent approached me politely. Dr. Emily Brooks? Yes. We have a federal search warrant. For what? He looked directly into my eyes. We believe endangered animals worth more than $48 million have been moved through businesses registered in your name. I laughed. Actually laughed, because it sounded impossible. I had never bought, sold, or transported a single exotic animal in my life. Then the agent opened a folder, the first business license. Had my name. The second, my signature. The third, my veterinary license number. Someone had built an entire criminal operation using my identity. And the only person who had complete access to every document in my office was my husband. For the next 6 hours, federal agents searched every room of my veterinary hospital. Clients were escorted outside. My employees stood together in stunned silence. Someone was crying. Someone else kept repeating, "There has to be some mistake." I wanted to believe that too. Then an agent carried out a locked metal cabinet. I had never seen it before. It had been hidden inside the storage room behind stacks of unopened medical supplies. The key? They found it in Ethan's office. Inside were dozens of international shipping documents, photographs, satellite phones, foreign currency, and veterinary certificates. Signed with my name. Every document looked authentic. Every signature looked exactly like mine. But I had never signed any of them. Special Agent Marcus Reed asked if we could talk privately. He wasn't aggressive. He almost sounded sympathetic. Dr. Brooks, we don't believe you're running this operation. Then why am I here? Because legally, everything leads back to you. He placed 3 photographs on the table. The first showed a baby tiger inside a wooden crate. The second, 2 rare macaws. The third, a young snow leopard. I couldn't breathe. What happened to them? They disappeared after entering the United States. He slid another file toward me. The shipment had arrived under the name Brooks Wildlife Medical Services, a company I had never heard of. Registered 18 months earlier. Owner, Emily Brooks. Business address, my veterinary clinic. My head started spinning. Ethan handled all our business paperwork. Marcus nodded. We know, but we need to prove it. Then he asked a question that made my blood run cold. When was the last time you checked your digital signature certificate? My what? The encrypted signature veterinarians use for interstate animal transport. I stared at him. I've never even logged into that system. He looked down at his notes. According to government records, you've logged in 173 times. Someone had been using my professional identity for years, and because Ethan managed every computer in our home, he had unlimited access. That evening, I drove home. Or at least, I tried to. Yellow crime scene tape surrounded my house. FBI agents were carrying boxes outside. One of them recognized me. Dr. Brooks, you can't go inside. Why? He hesitated. Your husband left approximately 4 hours before we arrived. He emptied his office, took every hard drive, and destroyed several computers. So, he's running. I stood on the sidewalk staring at the home we had built together. Every window was dark. Every room suddenly felt unfamiliar. Then my phone vibrated. Unknown number. I answered. Silence. Then Ethan's voice, calm, almost cheerful. I'm sorry, Em. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. Where are you? I whispered. I wish I could tell you. Did you do this? Another pause. Then he said something that terrified me even more than the investigation itself. I never expected them to find the warehouse. The call disconnected. At that exact moment, Agent Reed's phone rang. He answered, listened. His expression changed instantly. He looked straight at me. They found the warehouse, and there are hundreds of animals inside. Then he quietly added, Emily, your husband's name isn't Ethan Brooks. It never was. For the next 8 months, my life became evidence. Every email I had ever sent, every tax return, every passport stamp, every flight, every phone record. Federal investigators rebuilt my entire life hour by hour. They discovered Ethan Brooks didn't exist. His real name was Adrian Voss. He had been using stolen identities for almost 15 years. He had married me for one reason. A licensed veterinarian can legally authorize interstate transport for protected wildlife under very specific conditions. He needed my credentials, not my love. The warehouse agents discovered that night changed everything. More than 300 endangered animals were rescued alive. Snow leopards, red pandas, rare parrots, baby cheetahs, even critically endangered tortoises worth hundreds of thousands of dollars each. Many were already scheduled to be shipped overseas. The paperwork carried my digital signature. But investigators finally uncovered the truth. Every authorization had been submitted from encrypted laptops Ethan secretly kept inside a rented storage facility. Not from my clinic, not from my home, not by me. 3 months later, Interpol located Adrian Voss in northern Brazil. He had changed his appearance, dyed his hair, used another stolen passport. It didn't matter. He was arrested before boarding another private aircraft. During questioning, he admitted everything. He admitted stealing my identity, creating fake companies, forging veterinary records, using my professional reputation to move illegal shipments without attracting suspicion. When the prosecutor asked him why he chose me, his answer was simple: because everyone trusted her. Those 5 words hurt more than every lie he'd ever told me. The federal court officially cleared my name. Every charge disappeared. Every professional license was fully restored. 6 months later, my veterinary hospital reopened. The waiting room filled with families again. Dogs wagged their tails. Cats complained from their carriers. Life slowly became normal. Only one thing changed forever. A sign now hangs behind my reception desk. It says, "Trust is earned through truth, not appearances." Every new employee asks why it's there. I smile, then I tell them, the most dangerous predators don't always have claws. Sometimes they wear a wedding ring. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us where you're watching from. I'll see you in the next story.